king, I am not a god, I am Hunkpain!
What's good YouTube and welcome Tano. In this video I will show you how to build your Styanax for level 9999 in Warframe. But first let me show you what it's capable of in level cap.
Remember this day, man, for it will be yours for all time. This is where we fight! This is where they die!
And welcome back Tano. I hope you enjoyed the speedrun. If you did, let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button and subscribe while you're at it. And as always, we take beginners friendly approach, starting with Styanax kit for Thanos that want to main Styanax or want to learn about it. Now, the passive Styanax critical chance increases with his shields and doubles for spear guns. Now, the critical chance will be increasing for 1% per 40 shields. So calculate that. 400 shields, you will get like 10% critical chance and so on. And now the first ability, Axios Javelin. You throw your spear like a real Spartan, and when you hit an enemy that's near a wall, you're gonna create some sort of vortex pulling nearby enemies. You deal puncture and blasty with this ability. And now Thorough Strike, the second ability for Styanax. This ability is really famous because it's his subsumable ability. A lot of Thanos love using it because it's one of the best abilities in the game when it comes to armor stripping. Now, to armor strip enemies, you will need 200% strength or 167% strength, and you will need corrosive projection in the aura. Now for the third ability, Rally Point. You draw enemies' attention, taunting them to you, and you buff your allies' morals, victory or death to engage in the fight by regenerating their energy, and kills and assists will regenerate shields as well. And for the fourth ability, Final Stand, you exude might and valor like a god and rise into the air and throw all those Axios javelins into the enemies, dealing slash and blast, get blasty. To be honest, this is one of the best abilities in the game when it comes to animation. It has a very awesome animation. And we still with beginners friendly approach, but this time we're trying something different. What I'm going to try is that I will show you what duration, efficiency, range and strength, how they affect the Styanax kit. Let me know in the comments below if you like it, so I do it more often in the future videos for Warframes. Now, starting with strength. Strength affects Axios Javelin damage and explosion damage, affects Thorough Strike damage and the health you get and the defense reduction against enemies, and the Rally Point, the shield per kill and the energy regenerating, and the Final Stand damage and explosion damage. Now, for the duration, we get the Axios Javelin higher duration, the Thorough Strike doesn't get affected at all by duration, and the Rally Point, you're going to get the buff for a longer time, and the Final Stand effect more javelins. The javelins are those shadows in the air, so it's like with 200% duration you get double of those javelins. Means you will stay more up, so you're gonna be proccing more of those javelins. Now if we put for example range and see how range affects. So the Axios Javelin got increased on range, the Thorough Strike got increased as well, Rally Point, the radius as well, and the Final Stand got increased in the explosion range. And here we are with the build. First thing first, in the aura, Brief Respite, when ability cast squad converts 150% of energy spent to shields while overshield are inactive. It plays a big role on our survivability. Primal sure-footed, so you don't fall down and you end up dying. You don't want that, but if you don't like it, you can just take it away and use whatever you want. It's not a necessary part here. You can use just Uniro and you will not fall down. Now, Intrepid Stand. When you use the fourth ability, you're gonna get Overguard, and that's when we reach the part of how you're going to survive. We're gonna talk about it further. Now, Primate Continuity for duration, Primate Flow for energy max, Catalyzing Shield for the old school shield gating. We're gonna talk about it as well in a second when we reach the survivability part, which will reduce your shield capacity and it will give you 1.33 full shield gate immunity duration. Rolling Guard for bad situations, or when you want to cleanse yourself from bad statue effects, or you find yourself like in a very, very tough decision making. You just roll guard, like settle around and decide what you're going to do. Umbra Intensify for strength, Trans Fortitude, strength and minus duration, Ogre Message for duration, Arcane Energize for energy, Arcane Precision. It's up to you. Depends on what weapon you're going to use, because I use pistols mainly for Void Cascade and stuff like that, so I use this one. Depends what you want, just change it however you like. Now, for the helmet ability, we're going to be running Nourish. Damage increased by 94% on viral, and any enemy hit you will get viral, and any enemies you hit with abilities or weapons, you're going to proc viral on them. Also, it helps a lot when it comes to energy, because it has an energy multiplier by 2.25. Now, we're running 209 strength, meaning our Third Strike will armor strip. Now, imagine armor stripping enemy with Nourish proccings. It's very, very, very deadly. Now, when it comes to Archon Shards, I want to talk to you about a couple of things. Now, I have here 2 casting speed Archon Shards to replace the natural talent, but the casting speed have a very, very, very minimum effect on Styanax, to be honest, but I really like to use them. You don't have to. All right, now here I'm gonna be running 1 ability strength Crimson Archon Shard to make sure that my Thorough Strike reaches the 100% defense reduction, so I don't need anything else to armor strip. But now you would say, and a lot of you would criticize, Hank, why are you using 2 green shards? You don't have to. You don't need to follow me on this, alright? It's just me and my play style. But if you want to copy it, do it. If you don't, it's okay. Now, I'm using 2 Emerald Archon Shards because sometimes I find myself in situations where I don't want to get close to enemies. They are piled up with like some Thraxis and the Nullifiers and Iximus units and stuff like that. I want to kill a Thrax from bit distance to keep myself alive, especially when I go like solo level capping or stuff like that. You want to do that. So I'm running Emerald 2 Emerald Archon Shards to reach 14 stacks of corrosive to reduce the enemy's damage reduction to minimum without getting close to them and without relying on Thorough Strike. But you have Thorough Strike, you don't need this. I repeat myself, you don't need them, alright? It's just me and my playstyle, alright? Simple as that. And now let's talk about survivability and we go back to the modding. Now, you need to understand first shields in Warframe, how they perform. The shield got a bit reworked and they changed it a lot, so they give us the Catalanian shields for the old school veterans. Now, the shield. Shield reduce damage by 50% for all damage types except Toxin, which bypass the shields. On shield break, become invulnerable for 1.3 seconds or until any shields are regained. Increase invulnerability duration by increasing max shield. Meaning, now, more shields you have, the more invulnerable you will be until 2.5 seconds. Alright. Shield recharge automatically after damage is taken with a delay of 1 second. Shield recharge at a rate 24.2 per second. Rate scales with max shields, and we don't care about that at all. So, in Warframe, let's say you have 1 million HP. If you get hit by 1 million, you will die. But if you have 1 million HP and 1 shield, you get hit by 1 million, only that 1 shield will go, and the 1 million HP, you need to get hit with another million to die. Meaning, doesn't matter what damage you're gonna get, you will not die as long as you have shield up. Okay? And when your shield is depleted, you have few seconds, or a second or 2, that you are immune to any upcoming damage that you need to react fast. So what is our reacting fast? Reacting fast is using any of our abilities to gain our shield back using Brief Respite and Ogre Message. You get the point. So the idea is here, every time our shield is depleted, we use any ability to regain our shield back so we stay alive. Not only that, now Intrepid Stand right here is the augment for our 4th ability. Now Overguard has a shield gate as well, which is for 0.5 seconds only, but it's really good. Now, Overguard, it doesn't matter how much you will get, because in the end of the day, even if you get all the 31,000 at level cap, they will one-shot it. It doesn't matter. All you need is just a bit Overguard just to get that shield like gate. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna summon level 225 Steel Path Edition enemies, and then I'm just gonna be like using javelins. Okay, you see my Overguard right there? So, the moment my Overguard goes, and then my shield goes, there you go. I'm back, baby. Alright, I'm back. There you go. Boom. So, every time my shield goes away, I use my javelins. And I'm back. Simple as that. That's what you keep doing, baby. Okay? So, you're gonna get 0.5 seconds shield gate on your Overguard, and you're gonna get the 1 second 1.33 second menu on your shield, and you keep doing it the same way. That's it. That's how you survive. Okay, armor strip enemies, and there you go. So why I'm using the 2 emerald darkon shards for this such situation? So for example, I find myself uncomfortable getting nearby those enemies, and I don't have to. I just can kill them from distance, and I'm good to go. Okay, so for example, if I don't want to use the javelin, I can do normal shield gating, meaning I will just don't use overguard, and I'll keep using, for example, nourish. There you go, and I'll be shield gating, and they will not be able to kill me. The point here, as long as you have shield and you have overguard, you are good to go. You will not die. Simple as that. Now remember, your Tharo Strike have a nice CC to it, and any ability you use, it will give you shield. And again, shield means you're alive. And now what about DPS, Hank? DPS is really simple. You have the second ability that you're gonna armor strip enemies, as you can see right here. Boom. Okay. Then you have the third ability to gain you the energy that you need. Okay. And then you got Nourish, landing headshots on your enemies with your dual toxicus or any weapon that you desire, and you'll be killing them with whatever you want, with your javelins, with your weapons, anything that you choose and desire. You'll be killing them and smashing them, baby. Let's summon some Thrax Centurions, level 225. Here we go. Summon 20 of them, and yes, you can armor strip them. There you go, they're all armor stripped, going up. Now, remember, the Javelin of the 4th ability, it will not scale so powerful when it comes to level cap, but it's really good. As you can see, all enemies are stripped, and we can just go and kill them. Now, there is a couple of things you need to understand. I know sometimes you'll find yourself without energy at a certain point in the game, so you have to decide what focus school you're gonna go with. For example, you don't want to go Naramon, you don't need, unless you're going with a melee weapon that requires you to sustain your combo. Unairu will armor strip enemies, but you don't need it really, because you're already armor stripping enemies with your Tharos, and you armor stripping enemies actually with your 2 emerald darkon shards. So the game here is between Madurai and Vazarin. Madurai, it's a huge like increase on strength, and also it will one-shot those Thraxes with the Void Strike. It's really simple as that, because we're going to be running Eternal Eradicate and Eternal Onslaught. Void Strike will deplete all your energy, 1000% damage and all that. It's really insane. Now, why Vazarin? Vazarin have a feature none other Fox School has. First, let's say if you want to build yourself with a slam weapon, okay? Let me summon some heavy corrupted gunners, okay? Let's say you want to build like Styanax with, let's say, some sort of hammer for slamming or whatever. So Vazarin will pull those enemies, and you can do ground finishers on them, collecting your combo with crescendo and so on. And it's not only that, if you dash on yourself, you become invulnerable. So it doesn't matter what's happening, like you shield gate or not, like as long you dash on yourself, you one shot. Like look at this, for example, let's say I have a Magister 12 crescendo combo multiplier slam build on my Styanax. Dash, slam, dash, slam, dash, slam. Okay, you get the point here, right? So you don't even have to worry about anything. Vazarin and slamming is really powerful combo, especially if you build the slam and the combo in the right way. So Vazarin, I think it's a way to go, but the problem with Vazarin is that it's slow against Thrax second form when it comes to killing them. So think about it, which style you're going for. You're going for rapid style on killing Thrax with Madurai, or you want to clear a room with a low, like, killing DPS against the second form of the Thrax. Up to you. And by this we reach the end of our video. I really hope you enjoyed and you learned something. If you are a new or veteran, it doesn't matter. I hope you enjoyed and you got entertained. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to like. That supports the channel a lot. Sub if you want. Join our Discord, link in the description. And I'll see you guys next time.
I am not a king, I am not a god, I am Hunkpain!